Hey folks, welcome to Thunderpunk Radio. I am here at FN and we are here with Ella and we're going to be discussing their new 10mm pistol. This thing is a beast. So tell me about the development of this and then just everything that entails you releasing this pistol, which I believe was just released on the 10th, right?
Yes,
Awesome.
correct. And thank you for having us here and having that opportunity to show you that exciting firearm.
No problem.
FN 510. The most exciting feature on it is its capacity. 22 rounds plus one in a chamber.
That's nuts.
10mm ammo. I don't think anybody would ever accuse you of not having enough gun for a gunfight.
About magazine capacity, really quick. So I had my first pistol was an H&K USP, very high quality pistol, but it was a 45. And then you guys came out with the FNX 45. It just blew it out of the water with capacity. So I respect that you guys are always pushing the limits on keeping the pistol still manageable and I wouldn't say compact. It's not a compact gun, but it's not like too bulky or anything, but yet you're just pushing the limits on capacity. And I've got a lot of respect for that.
Yes, we listen to what customers, what firearms owners are looking for. Capacity is a big thing these days. But this gun comes with the option. Factory, you will get 2 magazines. Okay. One standard is 15 rounds, and it actually sits really very flush.
Flush mount.
And the second one is that's overkill 22.
Nice.
If you want to have extra firepower with you.
Awesome.
But if you want to carry that gun when you are hiking, when you are hunting, and you want something a little bit more
less likely to catch on brush,
yes,
maybe a little lighter, ounces make pounds.
Then out of the box you have that flash magazine.
Awesome.
Well, let's move on from that end.
Okay.
For anybody who already owns FN firearms, it's the same ergonomics, the same aesthetics. Look at that frame. It is a large caliber gun. I am not
a very large
blessed.
person.
Yeah, I'm not a large person. I'm not blessed with big hands.
What size gloves
fingers.
do you wear?
Small.
Small gloves. Okay, cool. It gives good contact. I wear extra large size gloves. So.
And yet that gun still fits in my hand very well. I'm able to grip it without breaking my wrist, and I am still able to reach the trigger.
That's awesome.
So even for a smaller hand, that gun is well balanced and has nice ergonomics.
And I can see your thumb can even reach the lock there. That's okay.
Yes,
cool.
the slide release.
Lock,
that's maybe a little less of a concern, but the mag release.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
we're
practice my
here.
weekend handling here.
Awesome.
For ergonomics, for a custom fit, what you see here is the larger strap.
Okay.
The firearm also comes with the option of the smaller one, which is very thin, very slim strike fit. Whatever you prefer. My personal preference is that curve that feels in the hand, but that's so personal.
Well, and that's fascinating too, because especially people with large hands, there's 2 types of large hands, like skinny long hands or big thick. Like I like the 1911, I like narrower grips. So it's interesting that you have much smaller hands than I do, but you probably like that palm swell much better, where I would probably put like a slimmer grip on. And I don't know, I think that's cool, and that you guys have that option.
Again, being a weaker shooter, I have to put a lot of effort in my recoil management.
So I suppose that swell in the back adds to, and it's a pretty aggressive grip texture, but this isn't a concealed carry gun. This is, you could do it, but...
I realize some shooters have that very first impression. However, you truly appreciate it in a stressful situation or in a hot climate where your hands start to sweat.
Right.
It's much harder to hold on to the gun. This texture is really amazing. It will help you grip it.
I was handling it earlier, and this is what I prefer. I think this is great. And for a concealed, well, here's the other thing too about this. The real aggressive, it doesn't even, my M&P 2.0 feels more aggressive. It feels more like sandpaper, which I like until I'm concealed carried it. So I had to wrap it with tape so it wouldn't rub me raw. But this isn't as, it's really pronounced, but it doesn't feel like sandpaper. It definitely, and of course since this is much higher recoiling, Yeah, I like this a lot. I haven't shot it yet. And what's really cool too is how you have different levels of texture. And I really like that you have this up here. And this is like the sandpaper part, but it is, so you could concealed carry this and it wouldn't, that's great. I'm really excited for this thing. I can't wait to shoot it.
Yes, that texture is consistent with what we have on our 509
Oh, okay. Yeah.
firearm. This is concealed carry friendly.
Okay, yeah.
Let's talk about the tactical features on this firearm. It comes optics ready.
Okay.
FN introduced its patented low cut on a slide. It allows you to mount the optics without excessive.
The huge nights or the huge suppressor style sights. I love the evolution of like red dots and how quickly everything's adapting and people are moving in.
Yeah. With the suppressor height night sights, with the optics mounted, you also get co-witness with your iron sights.
Awesome.
Optics, as much as I love it.
You're an iron sight person? Oh, well, yeah.
Battery. It's only as good as you remember to change it and keep it fresh.
Right.
If you are in a colder climate, or if you forget to change your battery every 2 or 3 years, you might find yourself in a situation when it fails you. You still have that co-witness of the iron sights on the firearm.
Awesome.
And finally, suppressor ready, threaded barrel. Again, those tall sights come handy if you have additional power.
Right.
It
makes a huge
firearm.
difference. And you also have a really, I know your guys' triggers have been improving over the years. Like, when was this trigger developed? Or was the trigger improved for this, or is this the same trigger in the 509?
This is a trigger that is redesigned and improved comparing to 509.
Okay.
It got designed specifically for our new launches, which is the 510.
Oh, okay.
And we also have 545.
The 545.
Which is
I'll
exactly the same gun, but in 45 ACP.
Cool. Yeah, let me try that trigger really quick, if that's all right.
Here you are.
All right, awesome. So, oh, I love that reset. Oh, of course, because the magazine's in there. That's great. That reset is so important to me. That's a really good, really nice trigger.
I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah.
I hope we're gonna get much more excited.
Have you had any feedback? Because it's literally just released on the 10th. So have you gotten any feedback yet from it, from like purchasers or anything? I know it's been so short since you released it.
We're getting a lot of feedback from visitors in our booth here at SHOT Show. Everybody is excited. Even those who look at our premium Edge series on 509 comment that they really like what we did with 510 and 545, which is
awesome.
Great to hear.
Cool.
Last but not least, few other features that are worth mentioning. The firearm is equipped with the rail. If you want to have a light, laser, you can mount it. Not everybody is right-handed. For left-handed shooters, all the controls are ambidextrous. Slide release and magazine release.
And as you said, the mag release, that's the most important feature.
Yes.
You don't have to reach over with your index finger or whatever. Like,
absolutely.
My sister's left-handed and she carries a shield. That's right. And so she had to figure out how to. So this is great. And I know doing a mag release ambidextrous, that probably seems more difficult than doing this, and it looks pretty darn seamless. That's awesome.
Yes, I see a lot of firearms that are advertised as ambidextrous, and all it is slide release. What I really get excited about and what I appreciate is when that mag release is on both sides and allows you for operations, weak hand, strong hand, or maybe you have
or an injury, you need to trade over.
Not necessarily
or whatever,
injury. Maybe you have a couple, and one person.
One
person is right-handed, one person is left-handed, and the firearm is your home defense firearm.
Right.
You never know who's gonna have to reach for it. This way, everybody has a firearm that is.
Now, my last question: with striker-fired firearms, and you have like an internal safety firing pin block situation going on here, is this ever gonna? Are you ever gonna come out with one with an external safety, or is that not in the works right now? or?
Right now we have the non-external safety
Okay.
Models. It seems that on the market, majority of users prefer no safety.
Yeah, they do. I'm weird where like I like even for striker fired guns, but I'm a 1911 guy, so like I'm old school. I don't know if it's old school or just weird, but I don't know. I like them, but you don't need them. I've carried Glocks before, trusted it impeccably. They don't need it as long as the internal safety situation is good. And I know you guys do good work. So
from what we are seeing right now on the market, there's no
reason
demands.
to. Yeah.
However, we do listen to our customers. Okay. When they ask for better trigger, we put our best effort to make it better. If our customers start asking for manual safety models,
makes sense.
We're here to listen.
I don't know if they will, which will break my heart a little bit. But yeah, I think you're right. The majority of Americans, like, they have good trigger discipline. You know, if it's in a holster, there's nothing that's going to happen. You know, and why would you spend the extra money on R&D and machining and whatnot if there's not a high demand for it? So, folks, demand it. Demand it. Demand it for me. I'm selfish. So, okay. So, where can folks find out more about this in the 45?
FNAmerica.com.
FNAmerica.com.
Yes.
All right.
FN510 and FN545.
Awesome.
We touched on that 45 just a little bit.
Yep.
Feature-wise, you will see exactly the same gun.
Okay.
Dimensions, frame dimensions are the same. Features are the same. The only difference will be capacity.
Okay.
The 45 will come with standard capacity 15 rounds, and the extended one will be 18.
That's still a lot. That's still
Yes.
a lot of rounds for launching those big coffee cans downrange. That's a lot of rounds still. Now, I imagine your 45 is capable of plus P ammunition, so hot loads.
Correct.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Again, thank you for having us here. Thank you for letting us introduce that great gun to you.
No problem. Hey, folks, I'm really stoked for this thing. I'm a big 10mm fan, and I've trusted FN with my life. I carried a saw which is a U.S.-based FN Mini-Me for 18 months in Iraq, and my whole platoon trusted their lives with my saw too. So I have a lot of respect for them. Would love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment down below. If you like the video, like it. Would love a subscription or a subscribe or whatever. I'm terrible at doing these things, but more importantly than all of this stuff, do push-ups. Make sure you do your push-ups today. All right, folks. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.